Greetings, my name is JC,
And I'm Ian.
and welcome to GGNews. Um, so, some new things to talk about this week. We have confirmation on the Nintendo Switch Mini, or like Lite. We don't really have an official name for it, but we know it's coming out this fall. So, that's an interesting decision. The console won't have removable Joy Cons is really some of the like concrete information we have about it, and its release date. I think it's basically just to try and sell up numbers for this fiscal year, basically, because Christmas is going to be right around the corner, and it'll be like, oh, I want Switches for all my kids, and this is the cheapest version. Here you go.
Exactly. Though it does look like it can still hook up, or apparently it will still be able to hook up to a docking station.
Yeah, which is going to be pretty cool, and you can
So
buy a docking station separately too. So I
yeah,
wonder, it
I think they're
probably
around like
won't.
$50.
I'm assuming this won't come with it, and then if you
No,
want it, you'll have that availability. But
exactly.
yeah, it'd be something like my cousin has some kids and like two boys, and this will probably be a pretty good gift for them. So
Oh, absolutely.
if the
This would be amazing.
price point is good and has like near Wi-Fi can be used for multiplayer and stuff like that. So like it's a great idea for like people like that who just haven't necessarily bought a Switch. And
Exactly. And it's the obvious step that they're going to take with their handheld. You're gonna start seeing them gear down on their 3DS and
yeah,
fully ramp into the Switch, and that will be
exactly,
their sole console.
exactly.
So
Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. Another console news: a lot more information about the PlayStation 5. There's
a
a
lot more.
article from Wired and some other places that cited it, but Wired interviewed a developer on the actual console.
Yeah, they had an interview with Mark Cerny,
Mhm, yep, and
and
a lot of new
yeah, and,
details. So we know it's CPU. It's going to be third gen Ryzen machine, which is pretty sweet. And custom GPU using the AMD Navi GPU set, which will also support ray tracing, which will be interesting. Because basically the lighting effects will be a lot better. Because the other thing I've heard that you can use ray tracing for, which will be interesting, is actually like sound detection. So they can basically use ray tracing to basically, I don't know exactly technically how this works, but they can use it essentially to enhance like monsters' accessibility of noticing you via sound using the ray trace. So that'll be really interesting if and how different games use that. And since the consoles are now using it, because I believe the new Xbox will probably have this too. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming it will. And then also the new NVIDIA cards have been really pushing it. So now that the consoles have it, you'll start seeing it in game. So it will be a bounce forward with different graphics and stuff like that for
Mhm.
computer games as well. So it'll be an interesting ripple effect to move forward with that technology, kind of like how HDR sort of hit the market with the HDR with the Pro features, and some of the PC games kind of had HDR features. So yeah, the other interesting thing that I'm actually really interested in personally is the new audio capabilities of the PlayStation 5. Like a lot of people, they just listen to it through their television or like a soundbar or something like that or headphones. So this won't necessarily matter for them. But I have like a full 3D setup in 5.1 surround sound, and eventually I do want to get Dolby Atmos. So with their new 3D audio capabilities, that'll matter for somebody like me who actually has like a setup that can play sound. Because like it's neat where you're moving around in like say Uncharted or something like that, or any shooting game basically, and you can tell where the enemies are based off of like where they're talking and their guns are firing and stuff like that, and enhancing those capabilities because the tech didn't change from the PS3 to the PS4, and now it's jumping again. So if there's actually good sound technology behind it to actually further that, like I've never played Battlefield or sorry, Battlefront, the Star Wars game, with the Dolby Atmos, so I don't know how good it is. because I've just never played that game. But like, if all the games are gonna start using that type of stuff, it'll be really really cool. Or actually encourage people to get like 7.1 or 5.1 headphones instead of just stereo headphones. So that's pretty cool. The storage capability. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Plus, you have like you were just about to say, it's going to come with an SSD to upgrade to one, which is that's a huge jump. The solid state drives are way faster.
Yeah.
And a lot more, like they're a lot better to use for gaming specifically.
I just hope it's going to be at least 2 terabytes. I have a feeling it might be one based off of like the rumorville on like how much this console is going to cost, which we'll get into our guesses later. But if there's a 2 terabyte drive in the console, I think that'll probably be the sweet spot. Then you'll be able to,
I bet you'll see it launch with a 1 terabyte, and then you'll have an option for a 2 terabyte down the road. And I mean, as long as they do things like they've been doing them previously,
yeah,
you'll still be able to upgrade your hard drive without having to compromise your system.
Yeah, because it is a fairly easy swap.
Yeah, exactly.
Take the side of it off and swap it out. So
you've got 8K support, which there's not that many 8K TVs.
Yeah, I think there's a couple Samsung TVs that support 8K, but it is future-proofing the console, so at least they're thinking about it. So,
and then they're also taking that step back because it will be backwards compatible with the PS4 games, as well as the PSVR, which I know you're really excited about.
Yeah, especially since it'll use the old headset, because I don't necessarily want to have to fork over like another $400 on another headset right away if I don't have to.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, like, they haven't said when the new version of the PSVR is going to be available, the new headset, but I doubt it's going to be near launch. If it is, that'd be great, but I doubt it's going to be near launch. But apparently the new headset's also going to be wireless, which is going to be pretty cool. So, like, I don't know.
And with built-in headphones.
Yeah, that's true too. Because like, if you're playing a game like Beat Saber, for example, where there's a little bit of movement and stuff like that, and you're not just like sitting in a chair like in Resident Evil or something like that, the wire does kind of get annoying because it kind of like catches on the back of your arm or something like that. Or you might step on it and then all of a sudden the headset just kind of like moves up. I've had that happen a couple of times, so it's definitely pretty cool. But the battery life is kind of where I'm going to be like, well, I might just keep it plugged in because it's like 3 to 4 hours, something like that.
It's a lot of speculation still because we don't have a lot of detail on it. But from what I saw, the rumors that I've seen are 4 to 5 hours on the battery life, which is still
respectable.
I mean, that's a decent gaming session as long as you're plugging it in after use. You shouldn't run into too many issues.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for we know for sure it's not going to come in 2019, so my guess now is March.
Yeah, I'm with you on March because that's going to give them time to shore up their supply chain to have everything in place for a really successful holiday season.
Yeah.
If they try for another holiday launch like they did with the PS3, they're just gonna run into shipping issues.
Yeah.
You're gonna run into the holiday season push, and you're not gonna meet your demand.
Yeah, but we think that, we're on different fences with the prices. I think it's going to be fences. I think it's going to be like $6.99 Canadian. You think?
I would expect it to be more around the $4.99 to $5.99 Canadian.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna push for a much larger or a much lower price range out the gates to get the install base, and they're gonna try to make their money back on software sales as well as services, because there are rumors about a PS Plus Deluxe PS Plus Extra, which will cost you more, but it will have added benefits to it.
Yeah.
Things like being able to create your own servers and early access to betas.
Right.
So an extra feature.
Which would be pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, well, being able to create your own servers would be a fantastic step up.
Yeah, especially with like college kids and stuff like that, and organizing different like tournaments and stuff like that,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
within the fighting game community and stuff like that, with being able to like host their own personal servers and stuff like that. It might make it a little bit easier if the new games that are released or current ones like patch to be able to like work with this feature. I think that'd be pretty cool.
And if we're looking at an extra, like five, even $10 a month to make your own servers and have early access to betas,
Hmm.
that's pretty worthwhile.
Yep. Yep.
But
I
we won't
guess.
get too hung up on this for too much longer,
Yeah.
because we have a little bit more news.
Hmm.
The
The Go ahead.
we got more games for the Sega Genesis Mini.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think we're 20 games into the full 40, so we're halfway there. And new ones that I'm super interested in because we haven't seen them in a lot of the Sega Genesis collections are the Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion Mickey Mouse games. Those are actually really, really fun platformers,
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
really popular in the early life cycle of the Sega Genesis. In the first like couple of years, those like Mickey games before all the Disney like movie games started coming out, it was the Mickey games that were really like popular with the players in that console. And I've never really seen them in a collection before. I don't recall them being in any of the PS2 or PS3 and PS4 collections. So I think that's
Nope.
really, really cool how those are in there because it's been a while since like I've actually sat around and played them, so that's pretty cool. And
I mean, full list. We got Thunder Force 3,
mhm.
Super Fantasy Zone,
Yep,
Shinobi 3,
yeah, that one's
Revenge of the Ninja Master,
mm-hmm.
or Return of the Ninja Master. Sorry,
Return.
Return of
Yeah, it's Return.
Streets of Rage 2, Earthworm Jim, which I'm super excited for
Yep,
because there's not. I don't think that's been released on anything.
I don't think so either. Yeah, it wasn't
It's
in the most recent one anyway.
I know that they had a version available on the previous generations, like eShop. Oh, I know there was one for sure on Xbox Live Arcade.
Right, but it wasn't in
There might have
as.
been one on PSN, but it hasn't been on a collection.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Sonic 2, which was pretty standard.
Yeah, we know those are
Contra.
going to be there. We were expecting that.
You've got Contra Hardcore,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
which is pretty cool. I know that's one you really dig.
Yeah, I really like that version of the game. It's one of my favorite Contra games.
And Landstalker.
Yeah, which is I think that's in the current most recent collection, but it's good to
I
put in
believe
there
so.
because it's a good action RPG platformer game with some puzzles that if people haven't played it should really really pick up and play.
And big highlight for me, still no Fantasy Star.
Hmm. Yep.
We do not need more Fantasy Star games. I don't want to see their next like list of 10 to be 4 Fantasy Star games. I
Yeah.
will be so disappointed.
Yeah. So yeah, the I've already pre-ordered mine and I'm just waiting for it at this point. So just
In I guess more retro gaming news, we've got a release date on the Castlevania Anniversary Collection.
yep. And the list of games that are coming with that, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
The release date for this is going to be May 16th, and it's going to be $20 US. So,
Probably about 25 Canadian.
yeah, the price on the Switch for the Arcade Legacy Collection was $26. So, which just came out yesterday, or it came out the 18th. So,
18th.
yeah. But the Castlevania games that are coming out for this are the 3 Nintendo ones, 1, 2, and 3, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
I wish the third one would be the Famicom version for the better sound, but I don't know if they're going to kind of make a hybrid version between the two of them where you can turn on the sound on and off. I don't know, but that'd be pretty cool if that feature was there. The Super Nintendo version, which a lot of people have played and really love. Bloodlines, which more people should play. Uh, Adventure and Belmont's Revenge. I don't remember Adventure being very good, but I do recall liking Belmont's Revenge, so it'd be nice to play through those two games again. And a really interesting release, which isn't really Castlevania, but kind of Castlevania, Kid Dracula. I'm gonna have to do some edits on that one with some of the
Yeah,
bosses in the first level, but yeah, Kid Dracula is a really cool Famicom game. I own it and played it, and it's never been released outside of its original release that I'm aware of. So it'd be cool for people to actually be able to pick this up and play it.
yeah, I'm really excited for that.
And apparently, I checked their website to see what else they're doing. Contra Anniversary Collection is coming in the summer, and they've released 4 of the 8 games for that. And it's Contra, Super Contra, the arcade versions. They've shown Super C for the NES and Contra 3. I'm assuming Hardcore is going to be on here, maybe the NES version, or maybe Shadowed Circle or something like that. I want to see Contra 4 on this because it was only released on the DS. It has the dual screens. They can just prop them up on top of each other. It doesn't actually have much touch features. And it's a really, really good game. It plays just like the old ones, and it needs a re-release, and I don't think it'd be much work, so I would like to see that in here, but I don't know if that's wishful
I mean,
thinking.
based on the fact that Bloodlines is in their Castlevania collection, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I would be very surprised if I didn't see Hardcore in the
Yeah.
Contra collection.
Yeah.
But
But that'll probably be the same price, and it's going to come out in the summer. So it's kind of cool how they're like making digital releases of these games. So keep your eye open for those. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got for this week.
yeah, that's everything that seemed important to us. If there was anything that was important to you, let us know. Is there anything in the Contra or Castlevania collections that you're excited for, or anything you want to see on the Genesis Mini?
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below.
And we will catch you next time.
Yep. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let your friends know if you about our series if you think that they would be interested, and we'll see you in the